Hi Cancer, it's Kacee with your messages from heaven. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a timeless reading, but I want to make a note that this is recorded November 2019. Shae and I are so very happy to have all of you here with us. We are very grateful for you. This message is going to be how we communicate with the other side and how the other side is now communicating with us. It is completely different from how we were able to communicate with them before, because now everything is energy and the love we had here in the physical transcends to the other side. So keep in mind that even though they're not here with us to see our promotions in our jobs or to see the new family member being born, they know exactly what's going on because it's a multi-dimensional energy. They're able to continue their soul growth on the other side and still view what we're doing and still be a part of what we are going through, the good and the bad, and that's all through love and that's all through the energy. Now, they do communicate differently now because everything is energy. So they have to muster up a lot of energy to cross through the veil. So you'll get messages from, say, the radio, or the TV starts getting a little wonky, or you may have a smell of roses that reminds you of your mom or your grandmom, or cologne that reminds you of your dad or your spouse. So because we love them so deeply and they loved us, they don't miss anything. And when we're on the other side, there is no pain, there is no sickness, there is no judgment. So please keep that in mind as you go through your grief and you have your what ifs come into your mind. I should have done this or I should have done that. They're not entertaining that energy over there. That's something that doesn't matter anymore. They understand a lot more than we do because they're able to get those secrets, quote unquote, that we've been trying to get an answer to. They know them all. So when they do come in and they're able to continually go on their journey as well as stay with us and guide us and comfort us when we need them, we have to be open to the way they communicate now. So we're going to go ahead and pull a spirit message card for you, Cancer, and get us started. And you're coming in with support. And it says, people come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. This is talking about how when we love someone so deeply, whether it's a spouse, a parent, a child, a sibling, a best friend, and they do cross over, they never truly leave us. They're always with us, supporting us, guiding us, and trying to encourage us to do the right things and to stay on our soul journey path. Know that when they cross over and we're getting the messages from them, obviously, there is something else for us to look forward to when we complete this journey here on Earth. And when we go through the grieving process, it's because our favorite people are no longer in our lives and we miss them terribly. However, we can still communicate with them, whether it's while we're awake or while we're asleep, when we're meditating, whenever we're able to kind of shut our minds off from our daily grind and we open up spiritually and we let our minds kind of wander and we kind of gravitate towards memories, or we kind of hear things or smell things like a favorite perfume or a cologne, and that resonates with us for this person. Know that at that moment they're with you. So when you get that nudge that you're not alone, and it's a very comforting, loving feeling, and you feel very comfortable with it, know it, that's your favorite people that are popping in saying hello. They're still doing their work on their side, but they're still allowed to come over and give us that energy push so that we know that they're there. So we never truly lose anyone. Love transcends over the veil, so to speak. That energy does not leave us. They are always with us. They're always able to view what we're doing because it's multi-dimensional on that side. So they're truly not missing out on anything. They really do see what we're doing. They see our struggles. They see our accomplishments. They're able to still kind of participate in that with us. We're going to go ahead and pull an emotion card to see where your emotions are, to see what messages your family members would like you to know right now. We all go through our grieving process different, and each of us have our own way to cope through it. But what they want us to know is not to stay in that grief, in that low depression energy, because it's easier for them to communicate with us when we have a lighter energy, when we don't have all that heaviness in our minds and in our hearts, they can communicate with us better. So when we release that negative, grief, heavy energy, new energy comes in. That's when their messages are a little bit more clearer. So please try to keep that in mind while you go through your grieving process and you're missing your people so very badly, that when you do release that, more messages will come in. They'll be clearer. You'll understand what they're saying, and it won't be like so much like a puzzle. It will be a lot more decisive. It will be around birthdays or holidays or significant events. Challenging times, this is when we want them the most, okay? When we're really feeling low, we're going through a bad spot or a bad day or a bad relationship or a job situation, and we really want to reach out and pick up that phone and get their advice or hear their voice. Know that they're still with us during the most challenging times of our lives. They're guiding us, they're trying to help us, they're trying to give us that path to heal so that we can move forward and not bring that energy with us. Just bring the memories, bring the love, bring that connection that we had as we go through the rest of our lives, because they're still trying to interact with us in all different ways. Some of us will see pennies or feathers, or lights will flicker, or there'll be something significant that you can resonate. I tell people a lot to go ahead and write it down, date it, put it on paper, put it in a log or a journal. You'll see a repetition. Like there was a time when one of my family members thought they were, pretty sick, and they weren't telling anybody. They were going to the doctors on the side, and, they were stressing out about it. They were worrying about it, but they weren't really communicating with the loved ones that were surrounding them because they didn't want them to worry. And my grandfather kept coming into me, and it was like for 2 weeks, okay? And it was like every single night I was dreaming about him, and he's asking me to take him somewhere to someone. And my grandmother was still alive at the time, so I was thinking that was for her. And I come to find out that my other family member was going through this dire time by themselves. They were keeping it all in. And basically what my grandfather was saying is that you're going to be okay. And as soon as I relayed that message to them, they felt easier. They felt lighter. They were able to acknowledge what the message was coming from the other side, because they were so worried and in that energy that they were blocking the message that was coming directly to them. So my grandfather came about in a different way, because being Irish and a little stubborn, he was like, I'm going to get my message through one way or the other. And he did, and everything worked out fine for my family member, and they were worrying for nothing, thank goodness. But it's just them letting us know that they know, that they see things from a different aspect. They know what our journey is about. They know what's going to happen, so they can give us that little comfort to say, you're going to be okay. You still have a long life. Your time is not up, so don't worry about something you can't control. Just work within the energy you're in now. And here we have strength. Now, strength is very important because we have to have our inner strength to listen. And it's our inner strength that gets us through the grief process. It's our inner strength that really holds us together to be like, you know what? I still have a life to live. I still have things I have to do. My soul journey is important as well. Even though that my favorite person cannot be with me right now in the physical, know that they're with you spiritually. Know that they have not left you in that aspect. And I know how hard it is that you want to pick up and call them when you're going through all this. And with challenging times coming in, that means you're going through a lot, and you really feel overwhelmed and burdened with things that are going through your mind, as well as your physical demands here, going to work, paying the bills, the holidays are around the corner, whatever it is, someone's birthday, is always something that we have to deal with. But know that you have the strength within you, within your faith, and within your soul to keep moving forward. So this is what they want you to know, is that you're stronger than you think you are. You can handle these challenges. They're with you. They have not left you, but they can't hold your hand in the physical, but they can hold your hand in the spiritual. So know that you have not lost your favorite people. They're just communicating differently now. And I know it's really hard to put your mind around that, because you want to hug them and hold them and talk to them and hear their voice. And, it's really a different kind of relationship. and it takes a lot of energy for them to come through and make their voices heard, make their presence known. So you have to be open to that, and you have to raise your vibration, clear out negativity, clear out anything that's making you sad, because that blocks us from the messages. We're going to go ahead and pull a soul journey card. And we have health. And it reads, I will honor the physical vessel that enriches my soul. And this is about self-care. This is about taking care of you, mind, body, and spirit. This is about putting positive energy into yourself. It's about eating right, sleeping well, stay away from toxins, staying away from tobacco and alcohol and fatty foods, anything that weighs us down, anything that can cloud our communication with the other side. When we get into an unhealthy lifestyle, all that is heavy, and we want to be light, we want to be free, we want to be able to connect with the other side. In order to do that, we have to clear our minds, clear our hearts, clear our souls of anything that could be heavy in, I don't want to say negatives, but it is a negative low-lying energy because it weighs us down. We want to be light and free and have our soul shine, because that's how they connect with us. The brighter our soul and our hearts shine and are open, the easier it is for us to listen to the messages. So please take care of yourself. If you need to talk to someone about your grief, go to counseling, get some really good friends together and really express how you feel. Let that energy out, put a voice to it. That is part of the healing process, and that will make you healthy. That will help you open up to what they're trying to tell you, and you'll be able to see them, not see them physically, of course, unless that's your ability, but see their signs, see the synchronicities, know it's from your favorite people that have crossed over. There's certain ways that they will let you know, whether it's you craving a special food that your grandmother made for you, or smelling a perfume that mom used to wear. Whatever it is, know that those are your signs. Journal them, keep them close to you so that you can refer to them and you can see a pattern of when they do pop in. And for some of you that are not able to recognize the signs of your favorite person, just because they're not giving you signs does not mean they're not popping in. They may be doing it in a different way that's going to be a little bit more subtle, because they're still here with us. That love connection is very strong, but they're not showing their presence. But please know that you can speak with them. They can hear you, and they will give you answers in their own way. Your angel message today, Cancer, is Maya, and it reads, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. This is just a confirmation that the more you study about this, the more open you are about this, the more you expand on this, the easier it will become. The communication will be a lot more clear for you to recognize that your husband or your wife is coming in at a certain time. Your lights might flicker, your phone might go off every night at 8 o'clock, and that might be a significant time for you guys, something along those lines. So watch for those synchronicities, watch for that energy shift and change. And you can feel their energy when they're present in the room, whether you can see them or there's a smell. You can feel that energy shift. When there's someone with you that's loving you, that's protecting you, that's guiding you, and just that energy should give you some solace in your grieving process. Cancer, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I hope the message helps. I would love it if you would comment and let me know how you're doing. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. We would love to have you back. Take care.